Very good morning all students. Swati Shabna again. So in the previous video you understood change of other parts of speech, right? So with this we come to an end of the general rules of direct and indirect speech. Now we will enter in the special rule of direct and indirect speech. Okay, means how the interrogative sentences will be changed into indirect, how the exclamatory sentences will be changed into indirect, right? So this kind of sentences will be changed in what way into indirect speech, that we will see one by one. So we will begin with interrogative sentences. Okay, so till now whatever sentences we were changing into indirect speech, these sentences are called assertive sentences. Okay, so right now we have done a lot of examples, and all those examples, all those sentences were written in what? In assertive sentences. Okay, so we will start in this video how the interrogative sentences are changed into indirect. But before that, let me discuss with you one example of change of other parts of speech. Okay, this has already been discussed in the previous video, but let me discuss one more example so that you never get confused with this kind of sentences. See, I was talking about this sentence. Okay, so you have to keep in front of you the PDF that I have sent you. Okay, and then you will understand it better. It is not so foggy today as it was yesterday, said she. Now, students, till now, whatever sentences we were discussing, they were written in this way. First, a reporting verb was written, and then comes reported speech, right? Means what is reporting verb, what is reported speech, you already have understood. The thing that is written within the inverted comma is called reported speech, and the thing that is outside the inverted comma is called reporting verb, right? But in this sentence you will find that reporting verb is written at the last and reported speech is written in the beginning of the sentence. So students, you don't have to be afraid of this kind of sentences. Okay, it will be changed in the same way as we were changing these sentences, right? So let us understand it. Actually, I want to beg pardon for one thing. I have forgotten to write here. She said that. So when you will write this sentence in your copy, you will first write she said that, and then after these things will be written. So how it has been done? She said that it will not be changed, right? It will remain same. It is MR changes into was where. So it was not so foggy today. Today changes into that day. Okay, so it was not so foggy that day as it was, were changes into had been, right? So as it had been yesterday, yesterday changes into what? The day before. So what will be, how this sentence will be written into indirect speech? She said that. Okay, the sentence will begin with she said that, and then you will write the rest of the sentence. It was not so foggy that day as it had been the day before. So in this way we have understood how we change the other parts of speech into indirect speech. So let us start our special rule with a special sentence that will be called interrogative sentences. Okay, so do you know, students, what is interrogative sentence? First you will have to know what interrogative sentences are, and then only you can understand how is it changed into indirect, right? So let me tell you that any sentence that asks question, that sentence is called what? Interrogative sentence, right? Means at the end of that sentence you will get a question mark, that will be called interrogative sentence. One more thing about interrogative sentence is that interrogative sentences are of two parts, are of two kinds. One is WH question and another is yes no question. Now let us understand what is WH question and what is yes no question sentences, right? So WH questions are the sentences that begin with WH words. What is WH words? Why, whom, what, where. So all these kind of words are called WH words. How? Although how does not begin with WH, yet it will be called WH question sentences. Okay. And then we have our next sentence, that is yes no sentences. Now what is yes no sentences? The sentences of which you can answer it by yes or no. Any sentence which you can answer by saying yes or no will be called yes no question. Suppose I say, what is your name? So what will you answer? Yes or no? No, na? So what will you answer? You will answer your name. You will tell your name. So it will not be called yes no question. What it will be? It will be called? It will be called WH question, right? Now if I ask you, do you have a car? Then what will you say? Either you will say yes or you will say no. So this kind of sentence is called yes no question. Then if I ask you, are you a boy? What will you say? If you are a boy you will say yes. If you are a girl you will say no. So this sentence is yes no question sentences, right? So hope you have understood it. Now let us understand the rules, how interrogative sentences are changed into indirect speech. So very first rule is that reporting verb is changed into ask. Students, till now we were changing the reporting verb into what? Told, right? But now the reporting verb will not be changed into told, rather it will be changed into asked. Okay? Then the second rule is that removing the inverted comma, we will not use that. Till now, when we used to remove the inverted comma of direct speech, we used to use the word, the conjunction that. But now that will not be used. Then what we will use it? Now you have to understand it here, students. You have to listen to it very carefully. If the sentence in our direct speech begin with WH words, then the same word will be written in indirect speech. Means when you will remove the inverted comma, you will write the same word. Suppose it starts with who, you will write the same who in the indirect speech also. Okay. But if the sentence begin with helping verbs like is, am, are, was, were, has, have, can, could, so these kind of words, if the sentence begin with these kind of words, removing the inverted comma, what we will use? We will use either if or whether, right? And the last rule of it is that we don't have to leave the direct speech means the reported speech of the direct speech into interrogative. We have to change it into assertive. Means when the sentence will remain in interrogative, there will be question mark, but the question mark will not be there in the indirect speech. It will change into a full stop. Okay, when you will go through the examples, you will understand it better. What am I trying to say? See, do you eat? What kind of sentence is this? This is WH question or this is yes no question? Of course, this is yes no question. So when you will change do you eat into assertive, it will become you eat. The interrogative word will be removed and the interrogative mark will also be removed, and then we will give a full stop. In the same way, have you eaten? Have you eaten? One thing, students, when you will talk about interrogative sentence, one thing you must keep in mind about it is that interrogative sentences begin with helping verb. Generally it begins with helping verb, not most of the time, but generally it begins with helping verb. But when you have to make it assertive, you have to put your sentence into this form: subject, verb, object, right? When you will put the helping verb of the sentence in the very beginning, it will be an interrogative. But when you will put your sentence, when you will write your sentence in this form, first subject, then verb, then object, then it will be assertive. So this is what you have to do while changing interrogative sentences from direct to indirect speech. Okay, let us see it, let us understand it by some more examples. Taking this example, students, she said to me, are you ill? What was the very first rule of interrogative sentences? Said to will be changed into asked. So she asked me. Removing the inverted comma, what we have to use? The sentence is yes no question. Are you ill? So how I will answer it? Either yes or no. So if yes no question is there, what we have to use? Removing the inverted comma, either if or whether. If or whether will be used. So I have used it if you want you can use whether also. So she asked me if I, means I will now write the subject first to make it assertive. So I are, is MR changes into was where. So I was ill. In this way this sentence became assertive and it ended with a full stop. One more example I am taking. She said to me, should you beat him? Now it became she asked me. Said to will change into asked. So he asked me, should. The sentence is beginning with, the sentence is yes no question, right? So you have to use if or whether. So I have used if. If second person is this, second person changes according to the object, that is why it became I should beat him. Means should you beat him? When the helping verb was written in the first, it was interrogative, but when we write it in SVO form, subject verb object, subject is I, then we have verb should beat, and then him object. So if it is written in this way, it becomes assertive. Coming to this example, he said, what is your name? Now see students, we have entered in WH questions. He asked, how it will be changed? He asked. Now the rule was saying that if the interrogative sentence will begin with WH word, the word will remain same in the indirect speech. So what remained same? Then Subject. Subject here is your. Your will be changed according to the object, but object is not given. So I already have told you that when object is not given, yet we need to change it into indirect. What we do? We consider ourselves as object there. Okay. So that is why what my name is changed into was. Is MR changes into was where. So he asked me what my name was. Let us take another example. That is the very first example of this page. She said to me, "What can you do for me?" How it will be changed? She asked me. The WH question will remain same. What? This is second person. The subject of this sentence is second person changed according to the object. Object is me. That is why it will become I. I can changes into could. I could do for me. Me is which person? First person will be changed according to the subject. Subject is she. So that is why it became her. Now let us take one more example for your better understanding. See, he said, "Who went there?" Then it will be changed. Even if you don't have any object after said, then also in indirect we will change the word into asked. Okay. So he asked. WH question is this. So the word will remain same. Who? Went. Went is which tense? Past simple. Past simple changes into past perfect, and in past perfect what helping verb is used? Had. So that is why who had gone. Gone with had we use the third form of verb. So we who had gone there. In this way its indirect is completed. Now students, there is one more example in which the answer is also given. How? Let us understand it. He said to me, "Can you swim?" No, I said. So somebody asked me if I could swim or not, and what I said? I said that no, I cannot swim. So these kind of sentences into indirect, how is it changed? Let us find out. So he asked me. Up to here there should not be any confusion, and because can you swim is yes no question, that is why removing the inverted comma we have used if. You is which person? Second person will be changed according to the object. Object is me, that is why it became I. Can changed into could. So he asked me if I could swim. Up to here there should not be any confusion. Then no, I said. How it will be changed? Students, it can be changed into two ways. Either you can write I said I could not. Why I have written I could not? Because here could helping verb has been used. So when you will replying in negative way, you will write here could not. Or another way of changing is that up to here it will remain same. He asked me if I could swim, and after this you can write I replied in the negative. It also means the same thing. It also means I said no. Okay. Let us understand the last example. He said to me, "Did you see her?" I said yes. Then how it will be changed? Said to will changed into asked. He asked me. The question is yes no question. Did you see her? Either the viewer will say yes or he will say no. So that is why it has been written if, removing the inverted comma. So did you see her? You is which person? Second person according to the object I. Did is which tense? Past simple. It will be changed into past perfect. the helping verb had will be used. So if I had seen her, up to here everything is clear, and then I said yes will be written as I replied in the affirmative. So if in the sentence you will get I said no, then you can change it into indirect as I replied in the negative, right? And if you have yes, then you can say I replied in the affirmative. So students, with this we come to an end of this video. I hope you have understood how in indirect we change the interrogative sentences. In the next video we will come with some, I will come with some next rules, some more rules which will be new for you. I hope you have understood it. I hope you have got it clearly. Thank you so much.